Hi everyone, I am Rafael Osorio, Archival Assistant at the Archives of the Essex County Parks, America's first countywide park system. Here we promote the democratic nature of the park system's origins. Voters overwhelmingly approved the system's creation in an 1895 referendum and recommended and voted on parkland additions. Proud of the Olmsted Brothers' design of most of our parks, our records emphasize the inclusionary nature of the park's development. Frederick Law Olmsted saw public parks as bastions of the democratic ideals of community and equality. The Olmsted Brothers firm, run by his sons, carried on those beliefs. In reality, how well did these ideals hold up, especially in moments of social and political tension? In investigating this question, we uncovered the limitations of the institutional archive, but we also uncovered ways in which our archives can begin or expand research questions about the level of equality in public spaces. For example, the Essex County Parks 1931 annual report indicates that the James T. Boyd Council was granted permission to hold the Flag Day celebration in Watson Park. The council donated a large American flag as a token of gratitude. At the time, Essex County Parks hosted many civic activities, and immigrants in neighborhoods like the Iron Brown in Newark clamored for patriotic events in their local parks. We thought this would make a poignant social media post for Flag Day, but using outside sources, we discovered that the James T. Boyd Council was a xenophobic, anti-immigrant group. Was the commission aware of that at the time? Were certain members of the commission sympathetic to the council's message? This taught us that it is worth doing research on every tidbit of information before publishing. Another example pertains to a celebrated Essex County amateur golfer, Wiley Williams. After winning his first Essex County men's golf championship in 1967, he became one of the first two African Americans to win a New Jersey golf tournament. Although our institutional records celebrate him as a trailblazer, they do not demonstrate the extent of the racial barriers he had to overcome even on the Weequahic Links, the first public golf course in the state. Fortunately, Wiley himself came to our archives for an interview in 2014. We learned that he was grateful and appreciative of his opportunities. Growing up in North Carolina next to a golf course, Williams was only allowed to caddy. It was only after he moved to New Jersey that he played his first round of golf at the age of 21 at Weequahic Golf Course. He had no problems accessing the course, but to play in tournaments, golfers were required to join an association. That proved difficult for him because of the color of his skin. Williams eventually took over an association so that he could play in state tournaments. Through outreach to Wiley, we were able to uncover a historical gap in our institutional archive. The question about democratic ideals in our parks made us think about requests and permissions to use the parks. In recent years, the Essex County Parks accept requests made by various Muslim organizations to host large Eid celebrations. These festivities occur yearly without a second thought or public controversy. Yet, researchers have been calling for further attention to the Newark Puerto Rican riots in 1974, which began in Essex County's Branchwood Park. A nonprofit organization called Focus had a permit for an annual Puerto Rican festival. On Labor Day weekend that year, around 6,000 Puerto Rican residents gathered in Branchwood Park. Violence between police and attendees ensued after a series of verbal altercations and an officer's horse knocked over a game table. This was a boiling point moment after the demands of Newark's Puerto Rican community for jobs and housing were ignored for years. The Park Commission minutes indicate that Puerto Rican community representatives requested the cooperation of the Commission in the recruitment of Hispanic personnel for the Commission's police, maintenance, and supervisory staff. Our archives do not contain the HR records to confirm whether the Commission complied, but they contain a stepping stone towards understanding the long-term impact of the 1974 riots on Newark's Puerto Rican community. In the end, our investigations provided us with both questions and answers. We uncovered ways in which researchers and archivists can utilize our archives to begin or expand research questions about the equality of treatment in public spaces. But our findings have also imparted important questions for the future. Is there enough racial and ethnic diversity represented in the archives? Are there ways to supplement what is there? Are we collecting new materials that demonstrate the park experiences of a broad range of individuals and communities? Moving forward, we as archivists need to actively strive to ensure that our collections represent a diversity of voices, making them more inclusionary and accessible.